welcome back to this channel. Today I am doing a slightly different video. I have my twin sister here. This is Charlie, for those who are new to the channel. I'm Lily. I have my notes in front of me. My twin sister has a hidden illness, and today we're going to do sort of an interview style video asking her about how she copes with the hidden illness, how it's affected her faith. As a Christian, we're both Christians, and how it will affect her future. So I've got my questions written down here and I'm just going to ask them to her, she's going to answer them back, and yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so she's organising her fringe. Our first question is, what's your name?
Charlie.
How old are you, Charlie?
17.
Same. What's your diagnosis? What's your diagnosis and what's your suspected diagnosis?
Right. Diagnosed vitamin D deficiency, hyperflexibility,
Same.
what else?
Chronic fatigue.
Post-viral chronic fatigue. There's another one.
Is there? I actually forgot she had so many. I only have two.
But I also have suspected fibromyalgia, which would make my entire thing like ME.
I will put just down here what ME stands for. Or not what it stands for.
I can't even pronounce it, and I've had it.
Do you know what? Yeah. Anyways, so
but just for those who don't know, post-viral chronic fatigue, ME, fibromyalgia, they're all chronic illnesses that affect my energy levels and my pain levels. So I will tend to need a lot more sleep than other people and still feel like I've not slept at all. I'm very tired. I get a lot of pain in my joints and my entire body actually. I live with a headache constantly, which actually reminds me, did I take my medication?
yes, I actually gave it to you.
But did I take it?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't take a pink pill.
Right, so Charlotte got diagnosed in 2018? January 2018.
No, not January. I got ill January 2018. I didn't get diagnosed until the end of August 2018.
End of August 2018. It took us 4 misdiagnoses.
What did I get diagnosed with? Basically, they tested me for a pile of things. They tested me for kidney problems, diabetes, the whole shebang. All of my bloods came back normal, all of the x-rays came back normal, all of the MRIs came back normal, because it started with a pain in my right hand.
Which she was diagnosed with repetitive strain disorder.
And then carpal tunnel.
And then it started coming up with lumps on your feet and you couldn't walk, which she got another diagnosis.
I didn't get a diagnosis.
Well, there was a suspected and literally nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, but it stumped everyone. I was in A&E quite a few times.
And then there was one other thing. Okay, we're just going to go continue because Charlotte's not in great condition right now. She's in the middle of a relapse. So we're just going to go through more with the questions and you'll sort of understand what chronic fatigue and ME as an illness is. It's very hidden.
It is. It doesn't... People will look at me and they won't clock that I literally couldn't get out of bed last week. They won't
Aside
clock...
from the fact the colour of her compared to the colour of me, you can see that she's clearly ill.
They wouldn't clock that I have a splitting headache 95% of the time. You know, my face isn't usually like this. I've actually got swelling around here at the moment due to pain in my jaw and chin area, which is why I just went ow.
So, how would you say it's affected your life? Like, what are the major parts of your life that it's affected?
Everything. I used to be the life and soul of the party. Always messing around, always joking. You know, I could stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning and I'd still get more done in the day than her. It was all, you know, straight A student, everything. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I wanted to go into law.
Why is beyond me, but you know.
I wanted to go into law or politics, and I knew what I needed to do to get there. And then I was doing my law GCSE in 2018 when it started getting really bad. I only got a C in my law GCSE, which was heartbreaking to go from being a straight A student to being a C grade student, because I have this thing that comes with the chronic fatigue. It's called brain fog, and that basically means that there are days I can't remember my own name.
I can confirm.
It's not amnesia. It is literally, there's so much in your head that you can't actually like think about what is going on in your head. So you like think about it, and it takes me hours to write essays for school. I'm doing English and history. Hours. Because I just can't put words down. I can't talk. I stumble over my words. So it takes a lot, and it was a huge change, and it took a lot of getting used to, because I went from being able to pull all-nighters to pulling an all-nighter at the end of 2018, and it took me a month to recover.
Oh yeah, that was a great all-nighter.
As opposed to being able to pull all-nighters and then not need to recover.
So, how did it impact your spiritual life, like your faith?
My faith was okay in regards to the impact. I didn't hate God for what had happened. I questioned it a lot, and I still do from time to time.
You've been looking at my questions. Stop.
I haven't been looking at your questions. I think I questioned it a lot because I went into remission end of 2018. Yeah, Christmas 2018 I went into remission.
Yeah.
And I relapsed again September 2019. And it's just been progressively getting worse. And I'm still sitting here going, it went away. Why did it go away and now it's back? Why is it getting worse? I'm currently, I think I'm at the worst I've ever been.
No, you're not. No, wait, it was in the past 6 months. Never mind, she is.
What was in the past 6 months?
As her twin sister, we share a bedroom, and as her twin sister, I'm basically her full-time carer.
No, she says that.
No, I was your full-time carer. I'm not as much anymore because she's got the school support and she's got her boyfriend. But before she went to school, because we were homeschooled, before she went to school and had all of that support, I was her full-time carer, and I was the one who'd hear a shift in her breathing at 2 o'clock in the morning, and turns out she's paralysed in pain. That's just a part of the illness.
That was February.
Yeah, it was. That's not about your spiritual life, though, is it?
Anyways. So. Bless her. She likes to go off on one sometimes. I struggle to have faith that the future's going to be okay. What?
We're not talking about the future yet. I want to know how it affected when you got diagnosed.
But it's not just one effect when I got diagnosed. It's okay. You know what? Shh. Let me talk. You can edit out whatever you don't want. Okay. Anyways.
Just gonna move on. Come on.
What was I saying? This is why you don't interrupt someone while I'm talking. I think
there are days
where I sit in my mum's bedroom and sob into her arms going, why was I the one chosen for this? Why am I the one getting phone calls saying I need to be re-diagnosed before I get any professional help? Why am I the one who has to put up with people saying, oh, I don't think you really have it. Oh, I think you're faking it.
It's true, she has had that.
And it was like, why is God putting me through this? Like, I had my life completely planned out. But apparently it wasn't his plan.
Who would you say has helped you most in the past 2.5 years spiritually, like, to understand that this isn't necessarily a bad thing? Like, I know the illness itself is awful, but what it's taught you has been a myriad of incredible things. Who would you say has helped you the most? Like, if you could name 3 people. 3 Christian women, or men, as the case may be.
My mum,
obviously,
who has supported me the entire time. Jess, who is a young man from our church who has something very similar to me, but with other chronic illnesses on top of that, and he just has so much peace and faith and gentleness about him. It's amazing to watch.
Oh, he is incredible.
Remind me not to do that.
Don't do that. Anyone else?
Can I say someone who's not a Christian?
Pens.
But has had a huge effect?
Okay, yeah, fine.
My grandmother.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Who drove me to every physiotherapy appointment. Who drove me to and from the hospital when my dad was at work. Who helped me get through my GCSEs by giving up an hour to 2 hours a day to try and help me study, to try and get it stuck in this head of mine.
So that's basically been her life for the past 2.5 years. Through that time, did you have any Bible verses that you would turn to?
Not specific Bible verses. I had like Bible stories, so I love the story of David and Goliath because I feel like this is my giant.
And you're bringing a stone to a sword fight?
I don't know what I'm bringing to the fight.
Chronic illness.
Sleep. I am bringing multiple coffees. I am bringing juices. I am bringing specific diets, medication.
You just got enough medicines to run a
doctor's
pharmacy.
appointments, physiotherapy.
Would you say there are any worship songs that you naturally turn to in your darkest moments?
Okay, there are a couple. One of them's not a worship song, but it's by a Christian artist. So You Say by Lauren Daigle. I love that song. And
worship
then
song.
well, it's not a song you'd play in church. I view worship songs as the sort you'd play in church, and then you have Christian artist songs.
Fair enough. Favourite scenery and facial note hair for the end of this. So we've got 2 more questions left. How have you found the past 2.5 years has affected you mentally?
Originally, it was good. I was fine. I could do it. And then I started school and relapsed on top of that, and things went a bit downhill. With anxiety and stress. But I'm handling it. And by I'm handling it, I mean my mum is handling it, and I'm doing what she tells me.
And finally, how would you say this illness will impact your future, both physically, mentally, spiritually?
I'm not going to be a lawyer or go into politics, that's for sure. Spiritually, I think it's helped me find my calling. But physically, we don't really know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know what help I can get, or, you know, whether it's going to get better or worse. If it gets worse, it's going to seriously impact my future. If I get better, that'll be great. But we don't really know. It's all in God's hands.
Cool. Right, that's the end of those questions. So yeah, if you have any questions about the illness, drop a comment, and we might do a follow-up video another time about illness. Yep, socials are linked in the bio, and hopefully there'll be another video next week or tomorrow or whenever I get around to doing one.